the NASCAR Xfinity Series at the Paperclip. Tonight, it's a short track state of mind.
The lights are on over Martinsville Speedway.
This ain't a playground. It's tight, short track racing.
Oh, and there goes the 9. And a big crash going into turn 1.
This race has everything you want. The track, the lights, the trophy.
We're off and rolling in Martinsville, Virginia. NASCAR Xfinity Series ready to go racing at Martinsville for the 40th time. It's round 8 in 2023. Let's get to our Mahindra starting grid. Front row, John Hunter Nemechek with Cole Custer. For Cole, he gets Ford their first ever pole here at Martinsville in the Xfinity Series. Row 2, Parker Retzlaff stole the show in qualifying yesterday, matching his career best starting position. Alongside Sheldon Creed, who drops to the rear, they made a host of changes with that car this morning.
In row 3, we got a couple junior motorsports cars, Sam Mayer and Josh Berry, coming back to the site of his first win a couple years ago.
Row 4, what I like to think of as the action row in this race. Sammy Smith, short track winner this year already at Phoenix Raceway, and one of the best short track racers in the series, starting outside of Justin Allgaier. Winless here, though, at Martinsville. We'll see if he can get it done today.
And Junior Motorsports winless this season. Let's go back to row 5. Brandon Jones, another one of those JRM Chevrolets, won this race last year alongside Riley Herbst, looking for his first career victory. Speaking of first career wins, Chandler Smith in row 6 with Derek Kraus fresh off a top 10 in his series debut 2 weeks ago at Richmond. We mentioned Chandler Smith. He's been incredible through 7 races in his rookie campaign. He's led over 200 laps. That's the best in the series. Most of those coming at Las Vegas when he nearly won. 4 top 5s and 7 starts. And of course, he won at Richmond. Let's hear from him now, Brad.
Chandler Smith, Brad Keselowski up here in the FS1 booth. You got a copy?
What's up, Brad? How are you?
Good. Not as good as you, though. Last race winner here. Looks like you got a great shot at it today. What are you thinking for your chances to go back-to-back here with a win at Martinsville?
Yeah, man, you know the deal. It's just got to keep doing what you keep doing every single week. We're going to go out here and try to limit all mistakes and just get the best finish we can. I'm really happy to be here with Colleague Racing Quick Type Products, Chris Rice and Matt Colley, for giving me this opportunity to drive their race cars and have a little bit of fun. So I appreciate everybody up at the booth tonight. Hopefully y'all have fun.
10-4. Well, we'll be watching. Look forward to seeing what you can do, and good luck with that Dash for Cash.
Yep, thank you, brother.
You've heard from Brad and Joey. Now let's meet the rest of our broadcast crew. Our eyes in the sky tonight. Coleman Presley down on pit road, Regan Smith, and Josh Sims. Good evening, Josh.
Well, you know, Brandon Jones has to have a love-hate relationship with this place. Getting the win here last spring and then in the fall, leading on the last lap before getting dumped by his teammate and losing out on a chance to win the championship. He looks at the positive side, saying at least he knows what it takes to run well here. Or remember, a new team this year, so the goal was to get the setup as close to what he had when he was at JGR. He said they were close in practice and qualifying, just needs a little bit more if he wants to get that first win of the season, Regan.
Josh, it's been a quick start to the year for Josh Berry. 3 top 5s, 6 top 10s already this season, and a near win 2 weeks ago at Richmond. But the team told me they are not happy with that. They expect to win, and they expect to win frequently this year. They're going to have a chip on their shoulder tonight as they go for an extra $100,000 in the Dash for Cash. He starts 6th in just a little bit. Coleman?
Thanks, Regan. You know, we talked about patience, we talked about aggression. Now it's time for everything in between. This track's going to go through a lot of changes tonight. If it starts taking rubber, we're going to be talking about how much of a diamond they're using, how much of the curb they're using. That's a spotter's job to relay to the driver exactly where the groove's moving to. Once we do that and it comes down to crunch time, it's time to be aggressive. What's it going to take to win? Maybe win $100,000 tonight. We got 2 guys in the booth that's really good at laying the bumper to someone, so it's going to be a good race to watch.
They've actually laid the bumper to one another.
Yes. That might have happened a time or two.
I might have to get in the middle.
I think there's a skill to it, all right?
I promise I didn't ask Coleman to say that. I did not make that request.
We've been set up, Joey.
We have been. I believe so.
Here's our race analysis. 250 laps tonight. Stage 1, Stage 2, 60 laps. That final run to the checkers, 130 laps. Pit road speed, you see it there. The fuel window, basically all you need to know is you can go the distance after you make a pit stop at the end of Stage 2. Now, Coleman talked about the changing track conditions. That could play a big role in how you manage this race from a strategy perspective.
Yeah, it definitely will. And one thing about this racetrack, though, if you... with the strategy part of this, if you save a set of tires, you don't want to be the only car to save the set of tires for late in the race, because it's really hard to get through the field. If it's late in the race and you put your tires on and you bury yourself in 20th, it's going to be very, very challenging to get through the field with, one, not wrecking because it's going to be a mess back there, and two, just trying to get back to the point where you can try to win the race. So strategy options, I think, is go with the majority.
Yeah, I think that's a great point, Joey. One of the big things that we always see in this race is someone doesn't go with the majority. They get themselves in the back, they get in trouble. They get the checkups, they damage the hood, they lose the radiator, damage the nose, get spun around, and your day goes downhill really fast.
That's one thing about Martinsville. It is a snowball effect for sure. If you start going backwards, you're going to see the heart rate of Sammy Smith go up a lot. When you get back there's a lot going on. You never really have a moment to breathe, to have a second around you, to just make some clean laps. You're always going to be in traffic when you're back there.
It was at 80 during practice yesterday, early portion of practice. It got up over 140. So we've seen the bottom. We've seen what probably was the middle in practice yesterday. How high will he go? That was our Toyota onboard camera. This is our Ford Performance onboard. Riley Herbst letting us ride along. This will be the driver's eye, which is always a wonderful.
Oh, I love that camera. And I'll tell you what, Riley is having a great season so far. He's one of those guys that we can't talk about enough lately.
And he's driving for Stuart Haas, who was incredible earlier today in qualifying on the Cup side. All four of their cars qualifying inside the top 10, made the final round. You watch that over on FS2, and Riley's teammate Cole Custer getting it done in qualifying here yesterday. Second pole of the year. Custer won the pole at Phoenix, winning that race. Sammy Smith, we had the onboard there. He starts 6th.
Thank you for bringing out the car. 9% on a pit road and on the track today. Let's go kick your ass. Get a clock. That's right.
Sammy actually on the inside lane, rolling 7th to begin tonight's race. Custer, pole sitter, takes the inside lane. Nemechek to his right. How about a short track Saturday night on FS1?
Really nice launch down in turn 1 for Cole Custer. He's going to easily clear for the lead here, Joey.
Yeah, once you get in the lead here, you're able to just kind of manage your car a little bit. Cole has that advantage here as they're 3 wide going down into 3.
That's the Sam and Sammy show. Sammy Smith inside of Sam Mayer.
Whoa, what were we talking about? Patience, Joey. We're on lap 1 and we're 3 wide bouncing off each other.
Get them while you can, baby. This is definitely one of those racetracks where nice guys finish last. You got to get after it. Look at John Hunter getting under Cole here. And then this is a part of a run. Cold tires, low air pressures. These cars don't handle really good. They don't like it, but they start the air pressures really low to try to have a long run, have longevity in the tires. And at this point of the run, if you have a higher pressures, you got to take advantage of your fast car while you got it.
It'll be interesting to see if Cole Custer can just take a few laps, get his car to come in and drive away, or if John Hunter Nemechek really is a little bit faster. But he is definitely a dog in the back bumper of Custer here, Cole Custer.
And he's got his teammate now right behind him, Nemechek does. Nemechek winning earlier this season at California. We mentioned the win for Sammy Smith at Phoenix. They're 2nd and 3rd right now.
And take another look at him here, Joey.
Yeah, and I saw the 28 able to do. He's able to wrap the curb really well and get on the gas. It really pressured Cole into turn 1. Cole's going to fight hard here on the outside. Fighting for the lead, I feel like, is definitely worth it here at this racetrack because of that clean air. It's not necessarily you say, yeah, you're going slow. What does clean air really mean? It's cooling the brakes. It's allowing you to manage your race.
Exactly what you need. Still by 3 to 4.
And Sammy Smith's going to take advantage of this, Joey. He started 7th. Got a little break when the 2 car had to go to the back, but he's all the way up to 3rd already, moving forward.
Yeah, both those Gibbs cars definitely have a lot of fire off. We'll see what they got on the long haul.
You know, our last race for this series was in Richmond, and Sammy Smith, I'll tell you, I feel like he had the car to beat there. Got caught up with strategy, got buried in the back of the pack, but he is a really good short track racer. And I know he's really young to this series, young in general, but he's a guy that I'm really looking for big things today as well.
Nemechek on point, one of those drivers going for the dash for cash. You see them all highlighted in purple in the pylon, all of them right now inside the top 8. Ryan Sieg, really good short track racer in the 39, diving to the inside of the 10. It's Derek Kraus. Joe, you mentioned earlier, no Cup drivers in this race because it's a dash for cash event. Kraus gets his opportunity, took advantage at Richmond with a top 10, and solid start here this weekend in the top 15, running 14th as we go on board with Herbst.
You know, he's trying to make this pass. This is how you make a pass. You got to try to stay on their bumper on the exit of the corner. It's really challenging to do, but if you can stay within 2 or 3 feet on the exit of the corner, then you can try to outbrake them down into the corner, and then you can kind of at least try to get position from there.
A good runoff.
It's so challenging. It's kind of like a slinky. You catch them on the entry, you can roll to their bumper, then they get on the gas and they pull away 3-4 feet, and it's like, that's too far back to outbrake him right there.
There's Derek Kraus again in the 10. Company from the 25 of Brett Moffitt. Regan, how about the guy in second right now?
Adam, you saw Cole Custer slide back just a little bit right there. The report from the driver is too loose in with that race car right now. Crew Chief Jonathan Toney reminded him, you have a brake adjustment. You can put more front brake into it. But he told the team, I can't do that. I'm already locking the left front up right now.
Yeah, he's definitely in a box, right? If you're locking the left front up, there's not much opportunity to put front brake in it. And the other thing, too, you never want to lose the front tires. They're saying that if you abuse your front tires and you lose the turn through the center of the corner here, you lose, then you're tight in the center and loose off, or loose in and tight in the center. Your car becomes more and more disconnected.
Brandon Jones got a nice little run here. He's going to try to take a look at Austin Hill.
Austin Hill did not like his car yesterday, but that's okay. They got time to work on it. He's won 3 times this year. There's margin for error in the 21 camp. Not so much for Brandon Jones. Rough start for him in his new venture at Junior Motorsports, but the 9 car showing speed early. This is the battle for 11th.
It looks like the 9 car just got a little more turn than the 21, but maybe not as much drive off. You see the track just starting to take a little bit of rubber, and the guys with a lot of turn in their car should get a really good advantage with that. And
you're going to see Austin Hill fight pretty hard on the high side here, because look behind him. There's maybe 2 or 3 cars bumper to bumper. You gotta fight, because there's nowhere to get in behind him.
Coleman.
Adam, we just heard Brad talk about the rubber going down on the racetrack. One guy I'm really looking at right here, Riley Herbst, really good at repping the curb. He also has the forward drive to go with it. You watch him pressuring Sammy Mayer right here. The 98 of Riley Herbst really looks like a great long run car.
You know, it showed it right there to launch. They're going to be able to get off the corner right behind the one of Sam Mayer. I mean, no contest. Just let him go at this point. Yeah. You're not going to fight anything there. There's a gap behind him. You can blend right in and keep running your race.
And with that pass, he still ran the fastest lap on the track. So good eye there, Coleman.
It's been a year of first-time winners. 2 drivers there going for their first. Riley Herbst, Sam Mayer. They're battling behind Nemechek, Custer, and Sammy Smith. We're live at Martinsville on a Saturday night.
Grind, man, I'm getting to the money. Gotta shine, yo, I'm getting to the money. No play time, man, I'm getting to the money. Getting to the money, getting to the money. Grind, man, I'm getting to the money.
Nothing like a little added incentive when you come to Martinsville, as if the grandfather clock is not enough. John Hunter Nemechek leading this thing, and out in front all those drivers going for the extra cash. Nemechek has now led a lap at every oval this year. That's an impressive stat. Let's get an update on Justin Allgaier. Josh, what's up there?
Yeah, Justin Allgaier is not 100%. He's dealing with a stomach bug that kept him up all night last night. Obviously, he said he's good enough to run. His biggest concern with that stomach bug is hydration. Said when the hydration goes down, that's when his concentration goes down. Well, right now, as far as the car, he just said he's tight in the center and loose off, so needs a little help with that.
Hey, Josh, you can buy a lot of Pepto-Bismol with $100,000. You know it?
That is the worst thing to race with, though.
Yes.
I'd rather have a head cold for a month than have that for one race. That's not good. And this is a challenging racetrack to not be feeling good, right? You're working hard. You see these drivers, how close everybody is on the racetrack. You're constantly working in the car. By the time you get it wide open, you're back on the brakes, trying to get your car to rotate. It takes unbelievable amounts of focus to run this race.
I was surprised that Allgaier, who's won 19 times in his career, 4 short track wins, has not been able to get it done here. One at Iowa, one at Bristol, and had the sweep at Richmond a couple of seasons ago. In fact, was he racing you when he won at Bristol? Do I remember that right? Is that...
Yes, he did, yeah.
Let's drop back outside the top 10, and we talk about surprises, and maybe a bit of a surprise early in the form of Ryan Truex in the 19, qualified 14th and has gone in a wrong direction, Brad.
Yeah, we just haven't seen him move forward like I thought we would. The other Gibbs cars look really strong. Really like to get an update on him and see what's going on. Josh, you got an update on the Ryan Truex in the 19 car?
Yeah, Ryan Truex Jr., or Ryan Truex, sorry, right now struggling with front grip. Said at times it feels like those front tires are just sliding out on him. As you see, not having the run he wants, back in 16th position right now.
You know, on Josh's behalf, I'm rooting for Ryan to have a kid, and I hope it's a boy, and I hope he names him Ryan, because we have all been guilty of what just happened to Josh forever. It's Martin Truex Jr., it's Martin Truex Jr., and so inevitably we say Ryan Truex Jr. It just rolls right out, doesn't it?
I'll let you tell Ryan that he needs to have a son and name him Junior. But
did I just say that on national television?
Poor kid. Great battle back here. Austin Hill fighting with Brett Moffitt.
I mean, these guys been battling since before the commercial break. Austin Hill is not having the best of times inside there right now, and he's battling hard trying to get to the end of the stage. You know, and as hard as he's been racing, he's going to eventually pay the price, I believe, on these tires. But he has run hard on the outside trying to, you know, defend every spot he's got.
Junior Motorsports battle here for 5th. Josh Berry, Sam Mayer. Josh Berry is just such an amazing short track racer. He runs late models across the country, and I'll tell you, when he shows up, he is the guy to beat almost everywhere he goes. So no surprise to see him running up front here on a short track in the NASCAR Xfinity Series.
Such a special day 2 years ago when he got his first career victory here at Martinsville. You know who I like in this grouping is Derek Kraus. You talk about an opportunity for a young driver to go to school and learn. He's doing it from two real good short trackers here in Brett Moffitt and Austin Hill.
There are battles all over this track, and here's a battle for the lead. Cole Custer has been just a little bit faster the last few laps than John Hunter Nemechek.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Little rub.
He saw the opportunity.
There was a small hole, and he said,
much.
you know what, let's try it.
He gave it a shot. And, you know, I think where Cole Custer is able to reel in John Hunter was through this traffic. Oh, you see a 25 around here.
That's Brett Moffitt. First caution of the night, comes out with 24 laps to go in stage 1. Well, we kept showing Brett racing side by side with the 21 of Austin Hill. Derek Kraus waiting in the wings. What happened here?
Oh, a little wheel hop. Did you see that in the back?
Wheel hop in the back and then a little lock up in the front at the same time. Spins you right out every time here at Martinsville.
Yellow flag is out. Could there be strategy? Find out when we return. Moffitt was 14th when he went around. got some nice flow to it.
Here's what I got at the graphics department here at Fox has way too much time on their hands. But thank you. I appreciate it. We're glad to be here.
I think I look younger now.
A little bit, Joe. A little bit.
I think so.
I haven't figured this out.
You want to sing along a little bit here?
No,
Reunited?
I don't. No, I don't have a singing
good?
voice, but somehow I got older and everybody around me got younger, and I figured that one out.
There were some pit stops. Let's get an update. We start with Regan.
Well, I had one of the cars that pitted. It was Josh Berry. And crew chief Taylor Moyer said that they may do this. He said whatever it takes to give me track position at every stage of this race is what he's going to do. Obviously, they're going to flip this stage here. So after the next caution for the stage break, they will stay out on that one. That was his plan coming into this race, and he was able to put it into action just a little bit loose from the center off with the 8 car right now.
When he won here 2 years ago, his crew chief, Taylor Moyer, he started 29th. So they're used to getting out of the box. They've had to do it a lot this year because of issues on track. So Barry, one that we will keep an eye on as we head toward the end of stage 1 in our second stage. John Hunter Nemechek still leading.
The rubber, it's like chunking. It's almost like a washboard through like the middle of the corner, middle to 3/4 part of the corner, both ends. If I hit it with my right front, I lose right front grip, and then I start losing a little rear lateral.
And that's a part of Martinsville long runs. The rubber starts to lay onto the racetrack and like actually the marbles and stuff start sticking to that rubber that's there. And if you hit it, it's ice. It's total ice. So you got to really pick one side or the other. If you're going to cross it, be straight when you go across it. It's just, it sticks onto the racetrack. The cautions clean it up, but it'll lay down quicker. Now every run, that rubber will lay down a little bit quicker next time.
Not many drivers playing that strategy game of flipping the stage, but Austin Hill, you saw just a second ago, did that. So did Jeb Burton in the 27. Now you just hang on here. You don't want to wear out those tires because you want some good when you get the restart as we begin that second stage after all these other drivers pit. And we had a good battle for the lead before the caution. Front row, Nemechek, Custer. Going to be 17 to go, stage 1 here.
This outside lane might not be that bad on older tires here.
I was thinking the same thing, Joe. It'd be interesting to see what happens. Great launch for the inside lane.
18 on your side, you're clear, 00 buzz, I'm 18.
I meant in the corner.
Yeah, not down the straightaway. You can tell the tires are worn out, and you saw wheel spin. That's very common for used tires on these restarts. Such a slow speed, so much power, so much gear in the cars, and it'll blow those tires really quickly. And I think Sammy Smith might even clear Cole Custer for second.
Yeah, he got him into the fence a little bit. He squeezed him off a 2, put Cole Custer in the wall a little bit.
I think the 24 got squeezed as well. That's Connor Mozak, was running outside the top 20, and he went wide.
Little contact in the back here.
The 26 Casgrala is his teammate right in front of him, the 02 Blaine Perkins.
We were talking about, you know, not wanting to be in the back. This is why. Restarts, it's so easy to get caught up in those.
Sheldon Creed able to get by in that exchange. Started in the rear after unapproved adjustments. Had a lot of problems with that car, but he's worked his way into the top 20.
Yeah, up to 18th.
For 5th, Daniel Hemrick. Pair of 3rd place finishes here 2 years ago and trying to take 5th away from Riley Herbst in the 98.
A little bit of leaning on each other up off of turn 4 there, Joey. It's so easy for that to happen. When you start to spin the wheels on corner exit, the best way to get that out is to come up the track. And what always happens is you run into that guy on the outside, but it's the only way you can get that speed down the straightaway. So that's why you see guys run so tight against each other on corner exit.
You see Herbst will do a good job fighting hard up top there to try to get down, right? You got to fight hard when you're up top to get down, especially with 13 laps to go in the stage. Everybody's racing hard at this point. There's a little give and take early in the race, but when you see the end of the stage in sight, that's points, real points sitting there for you. You got to fight hard for every one of them.
Pit road's going to be crazy at the end of this stage. 30 drivers on the lead lap after Alex LeBay got the free pass when Brett Moffitt went for a spin. Sammy Smith gets by Cole Custer for 2nd. When we started the engines, fired the engines and rolled off, his heart rate was under 100. Yesterday in practice, 140. How about 172 in the heat of battle?
RPMs and engines are high, and so are they in the heart. She is a pumping. He's got a chance to win this stage, and I think he's pretty excited about it.
Jamie McMurray always tells me, too, heat is an enormous factor in heart rate, and it's a warm night here in Virginia.
Yeah,
unseasonably warm. We were talking about that, Joey and I. It's been a long time since we've seen a night here in Martinsville where it's been so warm.
Well, this battle's heating up. Speaking of warm, Cole Custer, Sam Mayer coming down to the end of the stage. Sam Mayer is definitely faster than Cole is right now. And watching Sam, he's trying to set him up. He's trying to do different things. See, he goes up the racetrack, tries to cross down. That's too much down. You don't want to get on the curb. And now he lost a lot of time to try to make that up. But he was trying to set him up. You can enter high, try to cross over so you can exit with more speed and try to get to the inside of Cole. But Cole got himself a little bit of breathing room there.
Sheldon Creed by Parker Klickman up to 15th. He's really making progress now.
He is really fast right now, talking about the two of Sheldon Creed, Regan.
Adam, he is, and you mentioned those problems after qualifying. Actually had a carburetor issue on the second lap of qualifying. First lap, he qualified in the 3rd position, but when they checked that problem, they found another problem. The front brake fans were not working on that car, so a bit of good luck that they were able to fix those when they fixed the carburetor earlier today, even though it meant they had to go to the back. They've already been asking him to save them some brake. Those brakes are really glowing on that 2 car right now.
Brakes always a part of the conversation here in Martinsville, I feel like.
And we're doing a nice job managing it all here at AA, because this race here is going to throw a lot at you. And now if they threw a little more at him with some team issues with getting the car right. And so you're starting to see his experience pay off, I think, to be able to manage all that.
Yeah, and hey, Creed had a speeding penalty here last fall, came back to finish 2nd. So he understands overcoming adversity here. Coleman?
You guys just got done talking about cooling brakes. That's one thing I noticed at the very first run. John Hunter Nemechek, our leader, his brakes start growing later than everyone, and they're glowing less. So he has a fast car, and he has less brake glow. Talk about the importance of that, guys.
Yeah, it usually goes hand in hand. If your car's handling good, you don't have to slow down as much. And that's where everything works out. We talked about clean air. He's getting clean air to the ducts of the front of his car that's cooling the brakes. He's able to manage his brakes, manage his line, manage his tires, and the lead just keeps growing and growing and growing when you're up front. That's why you got to fight hard for that lead early in the run, which we saw John Hunter do at Cole Custer, and he's getting the reward for it now.
Going to be 3 laps to go, stage 1.
Woo, he went in there hard, huh?
Sammy Smith drove it in, didn't he?
Come on, baby. Get all you can. He knows he's getting tires of 4 laps. Run it.
Here's the other thought. Not only get all you can because you want those positions and stage points, but every position you get here makes your life that much easier when you come down pit road in a few laps, right?
Yeah, and this battle heated up again. Sam Mayer running back down Cole. We saw a few laps ago he hit the curb and lost a bunch of time. He's back to him with 2 laps to go in the stage.
2 more, nothing out back.
Dominating opening stage for John Hunter Nemechek. He's led 53 of our 58 laps. 2 wins this season for Joe Gibbs Racing. And they belong to the 2 drivers running 1-2 right now. Nemechek, Sammy Smith. Final lap, stage 1.
Still 5.
It's been a clean opening stage. Only 1 caution. But we'll put the yellow flag in the air again in a moment after we see the green and white checker. John Hunter Nemechek gets the win in stage 1. 2nd stage win of the year. Sammy Smith, his teammate, is 2nd. Custer, Mayer, Herbst, the top 5. Allgaier going for the $100,000. Racing 6th tonight. Sick tonight was 6th. Hemrick, Chandler Smith, Retzloff, and Jones, your top 10. It's the John Hunter Nemechek Show at Martinsville. I remember last Saturday night we were racing in Bristol. You needed a jacket. I mean, it was so cold. Those guys up on the spotter stand were freezing, but tonight, short sleeves. It's perfect here in Martinsville, Virginia. NASCAR with a triple header weekend. Craftsman Truck Series last night. Tomorrow it's the Cup Cars. And tonight it's NASCAR's Xfinity Series. Our coverage on FS1 presented by Mahindra. John Hunter Nemechek wins the opening stage, and so much here is about managing tires on the long haul, Joey.
I mean, they're going to fall off no matter what, and John Hunter Nemechek had the best fall off because he had the most clean air, but this is the difference between lap 4 and lap 60. Look at the time, and a lot of it looks like it's off the corner. It's all the way through the corner, but you really see it stretch on the exit of the corner. That's a lot per lap.
Now you get some fresh Goodyears. Pit stops happening. They're heading your way, Regan.
Adam, the 00, Cole Custer, having trouble getting that car to fire it off. We saw it on the start and the restart. Loose in, it won't turn late center, and locking the fronts up for him. Josh?
Well, stage 1 winner, John Hunter Nemechek, overall happy with the cars that he's struggling with drive off, so they're going to try and help him out with that. The one of Sammy Smith said he was losing grip overall towards the end of that run. Those tires should help with that, and Sammy Smith put the pressure on John Hunter Nemechek, saying just getting a little too tight as well towards the end of that run, so they'll help the 18 out.
Pit road, such a huge part of the equation here. And keep in mind, there were a handful of drivers that pitted at that last caution, so they'll cycle to the front as they stay out. Race off pit road. 1-2 for Joe Gibbs Racing, Nemechek, Sammy Smith. +4 for Hemrick, +4 for his teammate, Chandler Smith. Let's visit with our stage 1 winner.
Let's do that. John Hunter, Logano up here in the Fox booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got you.
She's looking pretty good out front. You fought hard to get that clean air and manage the race. How's she feeling?
Not too bad. Didn't really make too big of an adjustment there. I don't know exactly what the track is going to do here as the night goes on. So new to me in my Xfinity debut here, but at Martinsville, but the guys have given me a really fast 5-arcer Toyota GR Supra, and fast as Xfinity 10G. So hopefully you're chilling like you were in the bus lot up there and enjoying the show.
Absolutely. We're enjoying it, and listening to you talk about the rubber laydown and all, it's keeping it interesting. So we'll see how that goes as it goes along here.
Thank you. Wish me luck.
I'm not sure that he actually needs any.
No.
Glowing rotors, it might be the drinking phrase of the night at Martinsville.
the perfect hot dog. It is pretty amazing. I always get one when I go. I mean, you want to eat multiple, but you also have to race.
I mean, it's definitely a one-of-a-kind hot dog. You can't find a hot dog like that anywhere else.
My favorite thing about Martinsville is definitely not the hot dogs.
Literally, holy crap, they go straight through you.
You gotta keep the hot dog count and see how many you can eat, but with it being a race weekend, I normally try to keep that number down.
Chandler Smith, just honest, isn't he?
You know, I got to appreciate it. My interior guys really appreciate the fact that I don't eat the hot dogs here, but I respect the people that do. That's a level of toughness I don't have.
I'd take some of that kettle corn, though. Hey, let's go back to pit stops, and we mentioned some of the gains. One of those going wrong direction, Cole Custer.
Yeah, you see right here on the right front, they drop the jack, and his hose gets stuck underneath the splitter there, and I mean, he did a pretty good job recovering, but that definitely cost some speed in the overall pit stop and drops him back to 10th.
Yeah, before the choose, he was 10th. And keep in mind, top 5 stayed out front row. Austin Hill, Josh Berry, they pitted prior to the end of the stage.
Big launch by Austin Hill. And these guys, they're on older tires. Remember, the front 3 cars are on older tires. They're trying to manage this right now. So they got to get out front, not race each other, and try to build a gap while they're back there 3 wide.
Yeah, there's actually 4 of them. Add the 07 of Cram that stayed out. Nemechek coming through.
18 green flag laps on their tires. This is quite a bit, but they're all fighting pretty hard here. Oh, good contact on the 07 there.
And that's the thing, too. When you see a car that's not typically up front, that's on older tires, there's no patience for anybody. And that's where you put yourself in a really, really tough spot. And that's where he's at right now.
Hey, Custer not the only one that had a long stop. Add Justin Allgaier, Sam Mayer to that list. They're both trapped outside the top 10.
Josh Berry making a move for the lead, trying to get by Austin Hill.
Berry, so good at this racetrack. Give him some track position, and he becomes really dangerous. They flip the stage. New man on point is the 8. And Cole Custer maybe driving angry after the long pit stop. To the inside of Sammy Smith, put the 0-0 in 6th.
There is action all over this racetrack.
One spot through this cycle, so we'll be okay.
Trying to keep the young driver cooled off, like we talked about. It's easy to lose your patience in this race. Pit stops, different strategies, got the race shook up a little bit right here, so now you definitely have to keep it cool, Joey.
Absolutely, and if you're those guys up front, right, there's still the top 3 cars are still on 20-lap tires or so. You know, they're just hoping this thing goes green at this point, right? They're out front, they kind of settled in, got a decent spot. They know the 20 of John Hunter Nemechek's going to drive through all of them eventually and probably get back to the lead. But it's all about just managing the pain at this point, right? You're going to go backwards. Don't make it worse. Try to net out ahead of where you were before you made the strategy call.
Jeb Burton was great for the first 4 or 5 laps. Now he's trapped in that outside lane.
Smart move right there. He backed up a little bit to try to fit in this. Oh, whoa, it got really close there. Cole Custer gave him a little break. See, it takes patience on both sides. When you have the faster car, you got to be smart too, Joey, or you can get yourself in trouble and get torn up.
Yeah, right now Jeb's in trouble right now. He's fallen back into the tires, right? He's the first one to lose the front pack, right? And now he's getting swallowed up by all the tires, and he's going to keep getting forced to go backwards and further back.
Nemechek to 2nd, goes around Austin Hill. Again, Hill, one of those drivers on the older tires. But Berry did exactly what you need to do. Once you flip the stage, gain the track position, and drive away and make them run you down. And hey, keep this in mind. You know, we got just over 40 laps to go in the stage, so this is not a really long run before you get a caution, you come down, and hopefully you're level with
I'm going to tell you, Double A, it feels like a really long run if you don't have tires right now.
Easy for me to say,
it's
right?
Very easy to say. Like, this is not fun if you're Jeb Burton or Cram here.
Yeah, but speaking of Josh Berry, once again, when he put those tires on, I was watching him. He wasn't running super hard, right? He
took care of them, yeah.
So there's 20 laps more on his tires, but I think they're 20 easy laps. You know, so maybe it's not wearing them as much.
Daniel Hemrick trying to get 3rd away from Austin Hill. 2021 champion in the 11 for Colleague Racing. And Team Colleague has won the last 2 races in the series. A.J. Allmendinger at Coda a couple of weeks ago. Chandler Smith at Richmond. Cole Custer has really turned it up, getting by Austin Hill. Coleman?
Yeah, Cole has turned it up. We've seen him at the beginning of the race talk about being loose in. Looks like they fixed that with that pit stop. He's getting into the corner really, really good. After he gets in the corner, it looks like his drive's still there. I'm interested to see as this run goes on if he can't get his track position back and leapfrog the 20. Regan?
Coleman, you see Cole Custer out there right now. Obviously some good adjustments for that race car. He'd been struggling earlier on with it. Right now, though, he seems to be pretty happy behind the wheel.
Yeah, you see Cole Custer, right? I mean, we saw early in the race, he didn't fire off super fast. Back of the car wasn't real secure underneath him. Now he's got that.
Nemechek starting to reel in Josh Berry. Hemrick's in third. Custer is fourth. Austin Hill completes the top 5. We're closing on the midpoint of stage 2 at Martinsville. While we were away, picked up our third caution of the night. Second for incident. The 74 is Caden Honeycutt making his series debut.
I hate that for him. He's been working really hard. Ran the truck race last week at Bristol, and this kid's got loads of talent. Unfortunately, looks like maybe an engine failure or something under the hood. Good to see him get out safely.
Tomorrow, the USFL kickoff weekend continues as the Pittsburgh Maulers open their season against the New Orleans Breakers. Our coverage begins 6:30 Eastern Time. It's right here on FS1. And with the caution, we'll work in another commercial break, come back with the final portion of stage number 2. Josh Berry leading at the paperclip. Josh Berry has become quite a story in NASCAR last couple of years. And really, the big moment happened right here at Martinsville when he got his first win. Last season, 3 victories running full-time, made it to the championship 4. And this year, after missing out at Daytona, 6 consecutive top 10 finishes. And really the only one where they didn't have to bounce back from adversity was 2 weeks ago in Richmond when he finished in the top 5. One of those drivers going for the dash for cash, and you see what he's been able to do here tonight.
Yeah, leading 19 of 92 laps. He really didn't need this yellow, though, to be quite honest. He was starting to stretch out a reasonable lead on John Hunter Nemechek, but he's also been running the Cup Series, too. So I think that's probably been helping him a little bit here. You can see filling in for Chase Elliott. A lot of people obviously following that story with Chase Elliott back this week, but I'm sure he would tell you that he's been learning a lot that he can apply to his Xfinity Series racing.
I said yesterday during the practice qualifying show, if he had been driving the 9 in Cup this weekend, I would have put some money on him in Vegas because you know it's going to be a good car, and he's a sleeper. The odds are going to be long. Anyway, Chase is back. We're happy about that from a sports perspective. Maybe you have to race him. You don't want to see Chase back, I understand. But anyway, welcome back, Chase Elliott. Here's some 8 radio.
Appears your braking threshold's improved like 17.5%, so that's good.
Yeah, these PFDs you put in this thing really fixed it.
I don't know what he's talking about.
It sounded really smart. So I think I heard threshold braking, which usually what that means is how hard you can brake with the car without locking up the tires. It's a big thing with road course racing, and it's really important here at Martinsville because Martinsville is this big braking track, like we talk about that all the time, and the deeper you can get in the corner on the brakes, the more speed you're going to be able to carry with respect to lap time. So you want to have threshold braking to run fast laps here.
Regan?
Adam updating the 21 of Austin Hill. Yes, he's on those older tires trying to fend off the cars behind him. That car was loose early on in the race. Now they have shifted it to where he's tight in the center. Because it's tight in the center, he's got to check up too much. Gets hit from behind as those cars are catching him, which throws the whole corner off. And a side note on this car, they tried a different setup than what they ran in the fall. They're thinking ahead to later this year. They want to make sure they learn something tonight that they can use in the second race this year.
Yeah, it's such a big event. I said it yesterday, Regan. They have their eye on the big prize, making it to the championship 4. And this is the race that will set us up in the fall for that run to a title. So as you can see, it's taken a while to get things cleaned up down in turns 1 and 2. A commercial break, and we'll be right back.
not a dirt guy.
You're watching the NASCAR Xfinity Series from Martinsville. Our coverage on FS1 presented by Mahindra. This is round 2 and the dash for cash. 4 drivers going for a bonus $100,000. You don't have to win the race. You just have to be the best finisher of this foursome. Right now, Josh Berry carrying the money around. John Hunter Nemechek is second. You see Smith and Allgaier there as well. Let's do a little history lesson on the Dash for Cash program. It's been going on for 15 years. And Brad, you cashed in.
I was the first winner of the Dash for Cash at 75 grand is what I ended up getting. That was big.
Over $5 million handed out.
I think they doubled it after the year I won it.
I'm sure they did.
I think that's what happened. That's a lot of money, $5 million, a lot of great trophies and guys that are proud to win it. You want to win it, not only is it just the money, but there's a point of pride there as well.
So you have to choose here, right? And it looks like everyone's willing to take the bottom. John Hunter Nemechek taking the outside. Coleman, what do you think about the choose?
I have a feeling that Josh Berry's threshold break-in's getting ready to get tested right here. We've seen Cole Custer's entry get secure. He wants to get control of this race. Josh Berry's on older tires. Opportunity for Cole Custer to possibly go 3 wide bottom here.
That would be a big move into one if he goes 3 wide bottom. It could be a big deal. I also look at John Hunter Nemechek on the outside of the front row. I think he's got a little newer tires. He's going to hang strong up there.
I think I'm right in saying 3 of the top 4 took the inside lane. Leading them, Josh Berry. 20 laps to go, stage 2. Let's make it happen again at Martinsville.
This is going to be super interesting because that car that caused this long yellow blew up into turn 1, and it might be a little slick. You can see the oil dry, dust everywhere.
Sammy Smith did a fantastic job getting down in front of Cole Custer. As Cole was spinning his tires, Sammy saw the opportunity. Look, here comes John Hunter Nemechek. Sammy Smith rolled the top.
Sammy
he rolled
Smith,
it in there.
Low, high, doesn't matter. The 18 is a rocket ship for the lead.
What a move.
And he's hanging strong. Oh, he's getting tagged. He's still hanging.
Austin Hill liked what he saw in that outside lane, and the 21's doing it on older tires.
Yeah, he might nudge it back.
He returns the favor.
Contact, 8 up the track, 20 coming through. That's Nemechek for second.
I tell you, this Sammy Smith kid has impressed me multiple times this year. That move might have been the most impressive thing he's done all year long.
Heart rate hit 183.
It should.
In the booster for him.
He's ripping.
Wow, we got to see this move again. So he's going to jump to the outside into turn 3. He knows the 8 car is protecting with older tires. Gets all the way to the outside of him. He's going to get this great run off of 4. Look at this. And going to get a little contact down here at 1, Joey, but he's going to repay at the next corner.
Yeah, absolutely. See, Josh just got a little bit loose underneath him, tags him up the racetrack. He gets down in here, and he goes, I didn't really like that, so I'll just do it back to you.
Just a little bit. That was like perfect. He didn't wreck him.
He did a fantastic job there. Josh Berry was really defending the bottom here. He really backs up the corner to try to keep the 20 behind him. Really parks the 1/3, and Sammy Smith just rolls the top. Gets control on the top side. Pretty cool.
That's a pro move. That's a guy who I would say is going to be racing Sundays one day.
Absolutely.
Hang on, come on. Still inside here. Just him. You're good. 20's inside, left rear. Be ready. Defend hard.
Wow, that is so cool to watch. This is why we love short track racing.
Josh Berry gave it a little bit, so he had to anticipate, I'm probably going to get it back. He's settled in third, talking about Berry.
And he did a good job getting the lead, but his teammate John Hunter Nemechek might be a little quicker. A little contact right there in the left rear tire, not where you want to see contact. You put a puncture there. But these guys are battling hard. His heart rate's really up there now.
Yeah, you can see on the bottom left, 178. It's been up to 180, 181. And this is sustained, guys. This has been for several minutes now as they battle for the lead here towards the end of stage 2 at Martinsville.
His calorie burn is through the roof right now, you know?
And they're just ripping really hard here. Lots of contact. He's coming back down inside of his teammates. Going to get tight. Little give and take here at 13 to go in the stage.
Back and forth.
Yep, still got room here. Still got room. Settle in.
He's aggressive. he's definitely aggressive, and a lot. Obviously, he's very young still. There's going to be a lot to learn, but my man goes for it.
But he's racing smart. He's not tearing his car up. He had a little bump and run, but that was just small contact, and he didn't wreck the guy. I thought that was really impressive. He could have wrecked Josh Berry for that, but I thought those were great moves.
And now Josh Berry's back behind him, right? And if you're Josh Berry, you're probably like, I gave him one, he gave me one, let's call it good. But we don't know that for sure.
That's what we think, but
Yeah.
Josh might not think the same thing.
Josh Sims.
Guys, an important note on the 18 of Sammy Smith, this may be only his second start here at Martinsville, but last year in the fall race, he was leading with 2 laps to go, and the biggest thing he said he learned was how to be aggressive at this race, and you saw that a little bit with the pass on Josh Berry. His crew chief Jeff Mendering said aggression is something Sammy Smith does not lack.
I'll say this too, this is only the 3rd track he's been to a second time. Daytona, Phoenix where he won, and now Martinsville. Expectations high for the high school senior, 18 years old, out of Johnston, Iowa.
Well, he's got his work cut out for him now. He's got Josh Berry, great short track racer behind him. What I'm very impressed with Josh Berry right now, remember, he is on 20-lap older tires.
Yes.
And he's passing Sammy Smith, or trying to pass Sammy Smith right now with newer
He's
tires.
definitely faster, Joey.
When that car gets new tires on it, look out, the 8 car is fast.
I'm surprised Sammy hasn't been able to drive away. I wonder if, Joey, he used his tires up making those moves or spun them, because I really thought he would drive away from the 8 car.
And look who's waiting behind him. Cole Custer is there. Daniel Hemrick has shown that he has a fast race car. And Brandon Jones gives some love to the 9. His move to Junior Motorsports has not been fruitful. Still looking for his first top 10 of the season, but coming to a track where he's got so much confidence, and he's in the game with 7 to go, stage 2.
Yeah, you said it, Brandon Jones, this might be his best racetrack. Here in Phoenix is 2 of his best racetracks, capitalizing on it right now, and he needs a good run.
I know who likes all this side-by-side action. John Hunter Nemechek. He has drove away with 5 laps to go on the stage to almost a 2-second lead.
Yeah, he gone.
Says, I'll take another stage win, guys. Keep going.
The battle behind him, though, is fun to watch, man. There's so much going on. These guys are bumper to bumper. And with 6 to go, we talked about patience before the race started. 5 to go in the stage. How aggressive are you willing to be? Because you got to know it's going to come back to you later.
Yeah, here's the battle for that 1 stage point, 10th place. And these guys are going at it here. See Derek Kraus, Austin Hill, side by side.
Austin on the older tires as well.
He's hung in there pretty well, especially when you consider early in this last run, he jumped to the outside and was riding it hard out there.
And remember, before the cycle started, he was 14th. So if he just holds here in 11th, he netted out 3 positions from that gamble. I would say that's a win.
Josh Berry's going to be the biggest winner on that gamble for sure.
What a night for Joe Gibbs Racing. Got 2 of the top 3 with Nemechek, Sammy Smith, and Ryan Truex.
Recovering.
Starting to work his way to the front. 7th right now, trying to hold off Riley Herbst. 3 to go in the stage.
Ryan's running this unique line that we see work when the track starts to take rubber, where you run really high in the concrete where it doesn't have the rubber, and you're able to get that grip and this turn down right here. And you see it, Joey gets that big run down the straightaway to clear Riley Herbst.
Yeah, the rubber's not like a good thing, right? You may think, well, look at this. Cole Custer laying the bumper to Sammy Smith here. Able to push him off the corner. That's what you want to do, right? That shows strength. You're able to do that, get door to door with him here. And if he can outbrake him, he's going to have control, which is going to be kind of tough to do here.
Would you believe that this is Custer's first Xfinity start at Martinsville? Same for John Hunter Nemechek. And Nemechek going to become the first driver to sweep stage 1 and stage 2 on the short track in Southern Virginia. What a night for John Hunter Nemechek. He's led 74 of our 120 laps. He wins the 2nd stage. Josh Berry behind him on those older tires. Custer gets to 3rd, Sammy Smith 4th, Daniel Hemrick completes the top 5. Points for Brandon Jones. Ryan Truex was 7th. Riley Herbst 8th. Chandler Smith 9th. And Derek Kraus stays inside the top 10. Pit stops when we return to Martinsville.
see that.
Next Saturday on Fox, some of baseball's best show out in an early season showdown as Pete Alonso and Francisco Lindor lead the Mets against Brandon Crawford and the Giants, or the White Sox battle the dominant Tampa Bay Rays, who are 13-2 on the season. It all begins next Saturday, 4 Eastern on Fox. Just before we finish the stage, Sheldon Creed in the 2, Justin Allgaier in the 7. We have contact.
A little squeeze play on corner exit. And you see a lot of damage to Justin Allgaier's left front corner of his nose.
Yeah, he probably didn't like that.
Time for pit stops. Regan.
Out of the 0-0, Cole Custer. The first run of the race didn't fire off very good. This run, though, it fired off good. The problem is after 10 laps, he's too tight. He needs an adjustment for that. And the 8 car, Josh Berry, he loves the turn in his race car, but now he needs a little bit of rear grip on the exit with the drive to help that out. Josh?
For the 20 of John Hunter Nemechek, swept stages 1 and 2, said he's pretty happy with that car, said he needs just a little bit more drive off to be perfectly happy with it. The 18 of Sammy Smith saying that last adjustment freed him up way too much. He said, tighten me back up to where we had in stage 1.
The all-important race off pit road. Nemechek gonna hold serve here. Sammy Smith comes off second. Brandon Jones, great work from the 19 +3. Custer falls to 4th, and Berry lost 3 positions in that exchange.
All right, we're going to dial up the 18. Sammy Smith, Brad Keselowski here up in the Fox booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Oh boy, I'll tell you, you had all of us jumping here. What a move to try to take the lead here in the end of stage 2. We saw your heart rate at over 183 beats per minute. Pretty incredible. We're curious, what do you need to keep it up there for the rest of the race?
Yeah, thank you. It was really good that first stage. The track rubbered up. I asked them to tighten it up a little bit, or free it up a little bit, and just got too free there in the second stage. So we got it back, I think. Hopefully our car's as fast as Xfinity 10G, and we can go give our team here a run.
Well, awesome racing. You're down to 144 now with the heart rate, but glad you're getting the car tuned in. Can't wait to see what you do next.
Yep, thanks, guys.
This kid's impressive, and his crew chief, Jeff Mindering, won this race a year ago with Brandon Jones, so he's got some confidence in the guy on the box. Final stage on the way next.
A lot of beating and banging. 1 hit, 2 hits, pushing him big time.
guys' tempers flaring.
And we've got a fight at Martinsville.
Back it down.
This is a parking lot.
Yeah. This reminds me of the Derby at the local fair.
And a big crash.
Caution's out, caution is out.
The race here a season ago was out of control. It was wild. Pretty tame so far tonight. Ready for the final stage. John Hunter Nemechek has been the man in charge, sweeping stage 1 and stage 2. He's led 84 laps, 5 lead changes among 5 different drivers. And the big thing for me is cars on the lead lap. These cautions that we've had, even though there have only been 4, have been spaced out. So a lot of cars on the lead lap. Stage points tonight, good for Nemechek, good for Custer, solid for Sammy Smith, Hemrick, Herbst, and Josh Berry up there as well.
Or see if they want to do a teammate restart here. What do you think? He scared me the last restart. A little less aggressive than what we were the last stop, and rear bumper says a little different for everybody, but yeah, copy.
I mean, I could have put him 3 wide easy. That was.
So what we're talking about is that teammate restart, where what you're going to see is that leader's actually picking the outside, and hopefully the inside guy lets him in here with his teammate Sammy Smith.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened here. It's a way to protect the leader and the both of you to be able to try to control the race. Cole Custer might have something to say about it, though.
Well, the thing about that is everyone around them knows what they're going to do. So I'm guessing as a driver from one of the competing teams, you can manage your restart a little bit differently, understanding what's coming. Am I right or no?
Absolutely. And Cole Custer, what he's going to do is he's going to make Sammy Smith drive his car hard right here. He's going to try to wear him down a little bit. He might not be able to clear Sammy Smith, but maybe he can make him use a little extra tire.
Yeah, he's got a few laps down the bottom. You see Sammy kind of run up Cole a little bit in the center of the corner, trying to get drive. Right now, Cole's in a good spot. He's going to pinch him down a little bit here. You see, got loose. It kind of hurt him.
But he's going to get big drive right here, Joey. Not quite enough to get clear into 3, though.
Nope, if we can get one more corner here. Oh, he got tagged a little bit.
Half off
He's gonna be
9 here.
4.
We got to get away from these guys. Right with you, 9.
Really well played by Cole Custer.
He just heard the words every driver wants to hear.
Clear.
All clear.
Great to have spotters. I'll tell you, we've been talking a lot about, Josh Berry up out of the groove here. Yells out.
Oh.
5th caution of the night.
Turn
Ryan
1.
Ellis is a part of the equation. So is Joe Graff Jr. 43 is Ellis. He's from Virginia. And the 38, Joe Graff Jr.
Major damage to the front end of that 38.
That was not going anymore.
I was just getting ready to say, you can go the distance here on fuel. Could be a long green flag run. And then this. We start with Josh Berry.
So Josh Berry's got Parker underneath him here.
Parker Retzloff, 31.
I don't see anything wrong here.
It seems like Josh's car just not going fast. Like, really just tight. We're not turning, almost like...
Oh, big contact here in the back. The
big
38 gets hit in the right rear.
35, Patrick Emmerling. Let's figure out what's going on with Josh Berry, Regan.
Well, Adam, Joey's exactly right. That car was very tight right there when he went into the corner. The reason being, though, was because he was on the splitter. That was the report as soon as the caution came out from Josh.
Wow, I mean, that's like way on the splitter there. It almost seems like there might be a tire down or something to be that bad.
Yeah, that's interesting. Oh, maybe the right front's flat here.
Yeah, I mean, the whole car, look how low it is.
The car does look very low right here.
Keep this thought in mind. Dash for Cash on the line tonight. The 2 drivers from Junior Motorsports having problems. Justin Allgaier 28th after that earlier contact. Josh Berry 13th, maybe a problem there. Nemechek leading under caution. NASCAR Xfinity Series racing in Martinsville, Virginia. Coverage on FS1 presented by Mahindra Tractors. Under caution for the 5th time tonight. A few pit stops. Let's go to Regan Smith.
Well, Adam, the 8-car Josh Berry, we saw him shoot up the track there a little while ago. It actually turned out to be a flat right front tire. The team came down pit road. They thought it was a splitter issue. Then they thought it was a shock issue. Then they finally confirmed the right front tire was down on that car. So a little bit of an issue now for him is going to be the fact that he doesn't have that last set of tires now to put on as this race plays out.
Yeah, I mean, it's awful that he had a flat tire. He's also very lucky the caution came out in the first lap like that, to where he could put another set on. But yeah, I guess he's out of tires for the rest of the race. That's tough, not a good spot to be.
No, and he and Allgaier 32nd, 33rd, 2 of the drivers going for the dash for cash. The other 2 in the top 10. Nemechek obviously leading. And Chandler Smith is 8th. Let's get an update now on Allgaier, Josh.
Yeah, we know it's been a tough day for Justin Allgaier in the 7, dealing with that stomach bug. Well, before he was getting way too free with that car, and then just way too tight. They went too far the adjustments, so they worked him back a little bit to try and help Allgaier out.
So easy here to make an adjustment to the car and go too far. Whether it's too loose, too tight, you got a track that's super dynamic. It's changing as the rubber goes on, changing as it goes in the night. And it doesn't take much to make an adjustment on this car and go, oh, too much, guys, go back.
So before they did the 2 Gibbs cars, I call it the okie dokie. Some people call it the teammate restart, whatever you want to call it. Now the 20 is the leader. He took the bottom this time instead of the top. Sammy Smith said, let's race it out.
And Custer ready to pounce in row 2.
So this is kind of the alternative. If you do it the other way, let's see how this works out. Cole Custer now on the inside of Sammy Smith.
Brandon Jones can't say enough about driver 9 tonight.
He has worked his way, just a solid journeyman's day here. Maybe not the fastest car, but he's keeping himself in position. A little bit of contact here, 00 and 18. Neither of them want to give up the spot. Crashed on a backstretch. Big crash.
Caution number 6. Dawson Cram in the 07. In the 45. That's Leland Honeyman making his 3rd career start. Kyle Sieg got a piece of the action.
I looked up down the back. I saw 3 or 4 cars turn sideways. A lot of contact through the field here on this one.
I believe Patrick Emmerling will get the free pass here. He scored 34th. We're going to have 34 cars on the lead lap. Here's a replay.
Trying to see where it starts here. See, the 07 gets checked up maybe a little bit here. Oh, yeah, in the whole bottom lane. Almost looks like something happened to those 7, Joey. Like the engine shut off or something.
Stopped and went took the left there. Yeah, I wonder if something happened to it. It just stacks everybody. Just a chain reaction, right? You see it going down the highway all the time. That chain reaction when they stack up. That happened on the exit. Everyone's expecting to accelerate and go forward at that point of the racetrack, and when somebody doesn't, it's boom, 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 boom.
Nothing you can do. See a lot of water on the front of this car, probably damaged the radiator.
These drivers obviously going to come down pit road. Let's get a report, speaking of which, with on Josh Berry here, Regan.
Well, Adam, just to follow up on that story from the last caution with Josh Berry, they are going to take the tires and try to remount the right front tire. It was a valve stem issue. It knocked it off the bead. So once that happens, you got to go back to Goodyear and put that tire back on the bead. Once they do that, as long as it holds air, they will have this scuff set down here that they can put on as the race plays out.
Yeah, it's interesting because that car is bouncing a lot, Joey. It seems like there might be something more going on here. I can't be 100% sure. But a tire to come off the bead like that, it's not something you see very often, at least not with these Goodyear tires. They're usually really good at holding on the bead on these types of tracks.
I think you were saying he had a valve stem issue there. So putting on another wheel, it's a set of scuffs. So, I mean, he got 1 lap on him, so it's still pretty good.
Tomorrow, the NASCAR Cup Series is on FS1 for some short track racing at the Paperclip in Martinsville. The pre-race kicks things off 2 Eastern. We're going green just after 3. It's only on FS1 and the Fox Sports app. We got Logano on the board.
I don't know. I thought I knew people here at Fox. I thought they liked me. But now Joey gets on here. No Brad.
Forever Blaney.
No Chase Elliott.
Yeah, forever Blaney wasn't on there. And he finally,
he's there.
I was going to say he politicked his way to the board.
Great negotiations, Blaney. I'm going to take a lesson from you. They've got the drivers only broadcast coming up here in a few weeks at Talladega. I'll be back.
So drivers only Charlotte.
That's in Charlotte.
Charlotte?
Oh. I'll be at Talladega.
We're back at Talladega.
Yeah.
We'll be back.
Well, I'll be doing both.
The dynamic duo going to be back at Talladega next week. Looking forward to that Saturday afternoon.
I feel like Joey's on every one of these.
Yeah.
I like that. I signed up for as many as I can do.
That's great,
I like
Joey.
it. I enjoy it.
Such a nice guy, Joey.
What do you have against Throwback Weekend? Did you not want to go back in time with us at Darlington?
Oh, I asked to do that one too. They eventually say no. Do them all.
It's going to be 100 laps to go, just inside of 100 when we get the restart. Been a lot of cautions in the final stage here at Martinsville in recent years. And we're under the yellow right now for this mess off of turn 2 and down the back straightaway.
Off ready or no?
No, he stands next to me. He told me they were going to wreck us down the backstretch. Just be ready for it. They missed.
I drove in so deep.
Yeah, 10-4. You'll have that. It's Martinsville.
The team's lucky the 2 cars an idiot because I would have destroyed him.
With everything going on, we'll be smart. We'll drive with respect, and them guys can beat bang on us, but we'll be fine.
We don't do radioactive in the Xfinity Series, but if we did, all of that would have made the real. In fact, we're doing Radioactive Tuesday on Race Hub, and Brad, you're going to be in studio.
There with you, Double A.
Don't make it tomorrow, okay?
Oh, yes. Well, my goal is not to be on Radioactive. It's to watch Radioactive and be thoroughly entertained, Double A. And I can tell you, most weeks I am.
There's plenty of opportunity to make Radioactive. I feel like Radioactive in Martinsville should be an extended version because there's plenty of anger that happens within 400 laps.
Are you saying a 2-segment?
I think it's
Radioactive?
definitely, yeah. Do like a Tuesday, Wednesday. Come on with it.
Oh, there you go.
Right? Kind of like, if you like that, we got more tomorrow. So
You watch every night, don't you, Joe?
I do watch it. I do. I like
Radioactive is my favorite segment on TV.
it. Yes, me too. It's my favorite part.
Joe Graff Jr. released from the care center. Good news there. He was involved in that incident a few moments ago. We look at our Toyota top performers. Great night for John Hunter Nemechek. Sammy Smith has been impressive. Ryan Truex now flashing up into the top 10. And haven't said Kaz Grala's name a whole lot tonight. They weren't where they wanted to be in qualifying, coming off his career best run at Richmond 14 days ago. And there he is in the top 15. Talking about the whole team thing, let's go to Jordan Anderson Racing. Went from a single car operation to 2 cars this year. And we know Jordan as a racer, right? And he made his home in the Craftsman Truck Series. But then he got into the car owner thing on the Xfinity side and has built the 31 into the 31 and the 27. And tonight they're having a really good evening and probably the best they've done since the season opener when Retzloff was 4th and Jeb Burton was 11th down at Daytona.
Yeah, lots of respect to what Jordan's building here. Just get a little better every year here. His cars are more and more relevant, more and more competitive, and certainly having a strong showing here in Martinsville.
And we're going to Talladega next weekend. Now, we all know about Jordan's crazy accident there last fall in the Truck Series. That'll be a talking point when we go there next weekend. But then you get to the on-track activity for his teams. We saw the results at Daytona. If ever Jordan was going to get an upset win, it could be next Saturday at Talladega. We look forward to it.
Part of the fun of Talladega. So mysterious, you never know. Coming to the choose here. 96 laps left in the race. Still a lot of action in front of us.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. Yeah, John Hunter Nemechek looks like he chose the bottom, allowing his teammate to be on the outside, and they'll duke it out there again. Cole Custer sitting third. I mean, I feel like that's kind of the opportunity chair, right? And if you're in third, you have the opportunity. If the leader kind of slips up a little bit, you can maybe get in there, possibly take the lead. It's not a bad place to be, especially late in the race, because you know those 2 leaders will go in there and possibly wash each other up. I think the choose changes sometimes as the race goes along.
Yes.
Gets a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more contact. All of a sudden, you may want to take a different lane.
Kyle Sieg evaluated and released from the care center. Good news there. Final stage at Martinsville. The gloves are off. Inside of 100 laps to go.
Great launch again. John Hunter Nemechek.
We've seen him do that every restart tonight.
That tells me he's just got great drive in that car, Joey. A little bobble with the 9 car. He's going to check it up. Going to go 3 wide here. Chandler Smith on the inside. Riley Herbst on the outside. Whoa.
Here.
Chandler Smith starting to figure out Martinsville in an Xfinity car. Quiet early, but the 16 making moves inside the top 10. Custer, Sammy Smith for second.
Brandon Jones made a really smart move there. He knew he was not in a good spot. He just backed up a little bit here and kind of did a little self-preservation. But here we go, battle for second here. We got battles all over the racetracks. Wow.
Yeah, we mentioned Jeb Burton. He has been strong at his home track. Had a top 5 finish here 2 seasons ago. And behind him, the 10 of Derek Kraus trying to get another top 10 finish. It's only his 2nd career start.
Oh, low contact there with Cole Custer down there trying to get by Sammy Smith. That's probably going to be enough down here in 1 and 2 to be able to clear him. And then he can set his eyes on John Hunter. We haven't really seen what Cole's been able to have on a longer green flag run since they made the adjustments to his car. So let's see what he's got here.
I was going to say I'm not rooting against Sammy Smith, but I would like to see Cole in second.
Good exit right here.
Try to find out what he's got for the leader.
Quarter, he's getting pushed. Bumper. Clear defense.
Really
you
well
hear
done.
that defend. There's a lot of times on these restarts, if you can get down, even run low down the straightaway to just show that I am taking the bottom, I am coming in, like this is where I'm going to be. Don't go sending it off in there and try to get on the inside of me and tag me in the left rear. That's a move that happens a lot here at Martinsville early in the runs.
It seems like Sammy's got good speed those first few laps, but then it kind of fades a little bit. Here we see battle again here with Jeb Burton, Derek Cross.
You know, that 10 car for Colleague is not finished outside the top 10 this season. 5 different drivers have been behind the wheel in 7 races, top 10 every time.
Look at Riley Herbst again. Another great run. He was just 3 wide on the outside in the beginning of this run. He did a fantastic job getting through that.
Two, guys.
Josh Williams, caution number 7.
Around here.
He's going to get her turned around before he loses a lap. Nice job.
Obviously, you see the left rear tire flat, most likely from contact. You see it's flat already. He's trying to save it. And he's just trying to save it, and she comes around on him.
Woo. Hate that for him because he was running inside the top 20, which would equate to a good night for this race team.
Well, he's going to get a yellow, which he needed.
And I look at the board, 88 laps to go, and I wonder, you have a set of tires. Do you pit here? You don't have to because you're good on fuel. But this is that window when you start to think about, if I'm going to use that set of tires in the final stage.
It's questionable. You got 43 laps on your tires since the beginning of the stage. Now, not many of them have been green. That's what they've got to think about. They've been rolling around a lot under caution here. I'm not sure I'm putting them on right here.
You sound like Larry McReynolds. Yeah. Now, Adam, I want to tell you, not a lot of green flag laps on those tires.
That's his wisdom here. You know, the wisdom of a 14-year Cup veteran here. He's starting to sound like Larry Mack. My answer is no. You don't use your tires here at all.
No, if you're
and there they go.
The top 15, maybe you think about it. And he's nope. I thought Shirley Creed.
I did too. And I thought about his teammate Austin Hill, who had a bad pit stop on the last cycle.
Justin Allgaier maybe going to come here. Yes, there we go. Got
Only
one
a
taker.
couple takers. This is, I mean, you never want to be. We talked about this earlier. You don't want to be on a strategy all by yourself because you become a sitting duck at some point. And this is the situation for Justin Allgaier. He didn't have any track position before, so go ahead and throw him on.
Jim Pullman is new crew chief, and they've shown a few times this year they're not afraid to roll the dice, play the game. Josh?
Yeah, Justin Allgaier coming in right now and trying to make a move so that he's going to get 4 tires and fuel and see if he can make a run towards the end of this race, guys.
7 on pit road. Good news, the 07 Dawson Cram has been released from the care center. 86 laps to go. Going to be right around 80 when we get the restart. Nemechek, Custer, Hemrick, Sammy Smith. Herbst your top 5 from Martinsville. It's a short track Saturday night from Martinsville, Virginia with Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano. I'm Adam Alexander. It's the NASCAR Xfinity Series presented by Mahindra. It's a Dash for Cash race, second of the year. John Hunter Nemechek, you never want to count your chickens, but you got to be smelling some cash, right? He's had a dominant race car here tonight.
He looks really good, but remember at Richmond, he looked really good too, and those late race restarts got him.
And Chandler Smith is right in the game, 6th. He's just slowly and methodically worked his way up toward the top 5. He too is a part of that Dash for Cash equation.
If there's one thing Martinsville has taught us last year, these races are really not over until they are literally parked in victory lane. Because you get these late race restarts and chaos can break out, and you can have a dominant car be in complete control of this race, and next thing you know, your 20th turned around, spun out, and tore up, and you go, what happened? Joey nodded his head and said yes.
Yeah, that's happened plenty of times for me here. I've seen the
That might have happened.
The unthinkable here has happened to me, guys, okay? I've had some of my best days and some of my worst days all here. It's a love-hate relationship at times.
It really is, yes.
We got the video to prove it, actually.
Yeah, I know. I see it every single time we come here.
Yeah, me at Texas, you in Martinsville.
It's never the time you won. It's always the time you get plowed into the wall. Anyways, let's start this race again.
Custer goes in that outside lane after Nemechek, no-brainer, takes the inside for the restart with 82 to go.
11's on you tight, outside quarter.
This is the first time someone's been able to keep up with Cole Custer on the restart, but he's still going to clear him off of 2.
Yeah, see, that's that big move we talk about. You get down to the bottom. Cole Custer's had an opportunity to get down in the middle of the straightaway. I'm going to be there. That was what he was telling him.
Chandler Smith trying to find some room down low. Trapped in that outside lane. Daniel Hemrick through all this gets by to 3rd.
Riley's hanging tough on that inside.
Really rolled through the center of the corner. So good right there.
Yeah.
Both of these Stewart-Haas cars look really good here. Cole Custer, of course, teammate to Riley Herbst, running 2nd.
Custer's had just no luck to start the year. Herbst has been outstanding until Richmond when he got turned around late. Both doing a nice job here tonight at Martinsville.
Oh, okay.
So you're clear, and then wham, right in the tailgate.
I'm not sure that one was actually on purpose, but
it still happened. Yeah,
it happened.
I don't think that boy ever tries to pass us without running into us.
There's a part of Martinsville where it's like casual contact. Like you just kind of know it's going to happen, right? The stack ups into the corner. Sometimes you're just going to get a little bumper tag going back and forth, and you got to understand, like, that's sometimes just Martinsville. It is what it is.
A couple of guys that we need to pay off here. Parker Retzloff, qualified 4th, has just hung around all night long just behind his teammate. And Sheldon Creed, who did everything to that race car throughout the day to get him ready to race, after qualifying 3rd, has to drop to the rear. And he, too, has put himself in the mix, knocking on the door of the top 10 and maybe thinking 3 wide here.
Oh, no.
3 bottom.
Woo! Just send it. Is that the buy one, get one? The 2 for 1? He gets Retzloff, can't get Mayer.
He got 1. Retzloff might not be too pleased with that one.
I think that's taking advantage of a rookie right there is what that is.
A little bit, but, you know, Sheldon's had a fast car. He's just been super smooth. He's done a great job taking care of his car, but it's time to eat now, guys. 75 laps to go. He's kind of inching in on that top 10, and you really need to get in the top 4, maybe top 5 of this race to have a chance at the end, and he's got a claw here.
Oh, dude, like I've been looking at that gap with a lead. John Hunter Nemechek, Cole Custer. It's been around a half a second, 0.6 of a second. John Hunter's not driving away like we've seen so many times tonight so far. I think Cole's got something that might be able to hang with him. We'll see on the long haul as it keeps changing. Cole's doing a good job of just wrapping the curb right now.
We're about 10 laps in to this run since we returned to the green flag. So this will be a good stretch to monitor that.
Yeah, that's the big question here is, can we get a long green flag run? If we can get a long green flag run, the leaders will catch the back of the pack, and that clean air advantage that John Hunter Nemechek has will go away. Then we'll get a real test of who's faster, John Hunter or Cole Custer. They really need to catch the back of the pack for Cole to have a good opportunity to get by John Hunter. That's probably going to take another 20 laps roughly of green flag racing for that to happen.
And you've talked about how dynamic the racetrack is, how it's always changing. When you look at the corners, see the black rubber that's getting laid on the concrete. You can see it so clear on the concrete here. When it starts rubbering up and chunking up, that's when you're going to need something different out of your car. Regan, you got something?
Yeah, Joey, just to follow up on Cole Custer, speaking to him earlier today, he had mentioned they found something a couple weeks ago at Richmond for him after their early struggles this season. They went back to using some setups more like what he used in 2019 when he was full-time. The same thing for this weekend, going back to some older data and some things that they used to do for him, and it has been working out. He said the cars are a lot more comfortable, and he's been way more stable here lately.
Look at this battle. A couple of Toyotas, Gralla and Truex. Right behind them, Barry, all the problems he's faced. And Brett Moffitt brought out the first caution of the night with the spin, was a lap down, and he's working on a position inside the top 15.
Yeah, we know how fast Josh Berry's number 8 is there. He's able to run up front there. I feel like he's a top 2 or 3 car that if he can get there, he'll have something for him, but he's got his work cut out for him. He's done a fantastic job at keeping the car clean. Yes. When you get back there, you usually get torn up a little bit. That car looks still brand new after being in the middle of the pack.
Yeah, I'm impressed. For him to be all the way up to 13th right now, you see +9 since the restart. He might have a shot of it. This thing stays green, a solid top 10, maybe even a top 5.
That's his story, though. I mean, we've seen it so much this year.
It seems like every week something happens. Like random. You don't know what it's going to be. Today we saw right front go down on him. You know, it seemed like kind of a freak thing again.
Sammy Smith has been quiet since the restart. 3rd right now.
Keep your shape into turn 1, but be aggressive getting to the curb. Like, change your car angle a little bit. Like, don't shallow it up so much. Like, kind of turn off the wall just a little later. You might have to back your turn up a 1/4 of a car length, though.
Coleman?
Yeah, it's a lot of good info. I was just watching Sammy Smith, and he's done just that. He's taken a car that hasn't been great on the long run and starting to make it good on the long run. And by doing so, he's going above the rubber as it gets laid down. We see a lot of times his Cup teammate, Denny Hamlin, kind of run that line, running a half car length up and then be able to turn through the rubber 2/3 exit. That's what he's been able to do, and it's been able to make some lap time for him.
Yeah, and that could be some experience right there, right? Is he didn't know that card was in the, you know, that tool was in the toolbox when the race started. Right now he's got a longer run. He can move around a little bit, see how things are going, and find what works for his car.
186 laps in here at Martinsville. John Hunter Nemechek has led 140. It's the most he's ever led in a race. We're going side by side from the paperclip. John Hunter Nemechek continues to lead at Martinsville with Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski. I'm Adam Alexander. The top 5, Cole Custer, Sammy Smith, Daniel Hemrick, and Riley Herbst. You guys have said it multiple times tonight, but as we look out our window, there's great racing everywhere, and some drivers out of balance on strategy. Justin Allgaier on fresher tires, +11 since our last restart. Josh Williams, +9. And the Josh is really doing a good job because Josh Berry is also up 9 spots, and he has now found his way back to the top 10 in the 8 car.
Yeah, these 2 Kaulig cars have been going at it for a long time, and they're getting physical with each other.
Yeah, frustration is building, and they're just going to hand this spot to Josh Berry. Well, both spots to Josh Berry here.
Oh. Tight, turn, all good. 2 outside, bumper, clear up, all good. He is clear, but you're good. Hit your marks, don't overdrive.
There it is, Coleman, the old 2-for-1. Josh Berry now 8.
It is. Christmas does come in April for Josh right there with those 2 easy passes, and he has a lot of speed. That car is turning very well with that fresh tires. He has drive, he has turn, he has everything you want. The best thing you could ask for. What he wants right now is for green flag racing to the end of the race and really use those tires to the most advantage. Josh, what do you have for us?
Well, yeah, just an update on the 10 of Derek Kraus. You saw him battling there with his teammate Chandler Smith a few minutes ago, and the team coaching him through it, telling him protect the bottom, and then when you get close to that 16, to push him up the hill. Don't turn him, but push him to protect that bottom.
He's been here in the Truck Series, so this isn't totally new for Derek Kraus, but this is a different level of competition. It's a long race, and you talk about learning on the fly, and one of the guys leading him is Alex Jantz, the crew chief, who's won a late model race here. It's good when you're a young driver and the man on the pit box knows his way to victory lane, not just from a crew chief perspective, but from behind the wheel.
That's a big late model race to win, too. All the heavy hitters come out for that one. Everyone wants to get the grandfather clock, man. That's what it's all about here.
But you're right, as a driver, having a driver as a crew chief, I think can be so helpful because they can really understand your feedback, and sometimes they can teach you things that you need to learn as a rookie driver. Here we go, leaders are catching the back of the field here, Joey. Cole Custer's maintained just over a half second back, 0.7 of a second. This might be his opportunity.
Yeah, most likely this is going to close up the 2 leaders right here. You know, the actual leader has a hard time passing cars. He's the first one through. They're going to race him harder because they're trying to stay on the lead lap or stay 1 lap down. Once the second place car gets there, they're like, all right, well, I'm already down a lap here. Go ahead. So naturally, that's just going to bring the top 2 cars closer together.
You can already see the leader interval tightening up a little bit more here every lap. So went from 1 second. Oh, great. We got a nice graph for this. 1 second down to a little over 6.5 tenths over the last 3 laps. And that's what we mean by the traffic really bringing these guys together. Creates opportunities for maybe even a pass.
Possibly. Or if your car's not real good in traffic, it might spread it out more. It probably just depends. And as John Hunter gets closer to faster cars, it's going to be harder and harder to pass him, and that's when it's really going to change the game.
Momentum here.
Look at this move by Daniel Hamrick.
Don't cost yourself time here. We're still driving away from the next one.
Daniel Hamrick looking really good right here, using multiple lanes on the racetrack. He's been one of the faster cars on the track, him and Josh Berry.
Brandon Jones on the long run, 9 car to 5th. He's the best of the drivers from Junior Motorsports who are winless so far in 2023. 10 years since they went this deep into the season without a victory. Talking JRM.
It had such a dominant year last year. It seemed like they could not lose. Now, it's not that they're lacking speed, especially in the long haul right now. Where Brad and I have been looking at lap times. Some of the Junior Motorsports cars right now, the 1, the 8, even the 9's decent. They're all pretty strong here in the long run. This is just the first time they've had an opportunity to do that.
You saw the graphic on the team side. RCR leads the way with 3 wins, all those courtesy of Austin Hill, 2 apiece for Joe Gibbs Racing and Kaulig, who has won the last 2.
1 rise the wall off the 2. No yellow, keep digging. No yellow, keep digging.
Tim Fedowa touching up his driver Riley Herbst.
Josh Berry closing in on this group with Sam Mayer right behind Riley Herbst.
You know, and at this point, Josh is hoping for a caution. If they have his set of tires all figured out, he's getting some track position again. He's wanting to re-rack them, right? For him to drive all the way up to the lead and get that $100 grand from John Hunter Nemechek, not looking likely. But if he gets a caution,
he has closed the gap though a lot. He was, you know, a long ways back, and he's now in the top 10. If he can pass Herbst and Mayer, he can maybe get to the top 5 here. But you're right, he would need some help. He might just got it. There's a slow car on the top of turn 2.
Caution is out.
There it is.
8th yellow flag of the night. That's Jeremy Clements in the 51.
It's like a right front issue on Jeremy Clements.
We got a lot of issues now.
He was running 27th. And the crew's starting to get limbered up. This would be a really good time for that last set of tires, right?
You got to put them on now.
I think for sure right now you got. This is why you didn't use those tires earlier, Joey.
That was it. And now, so Justin Allgaier, he's sitting 13th right now. He's out of tires, so he's going to probably cycle to the lead, most likely. And he's going to be a sitting duck up there.
Yeah, that's not going to be much fun.
I don't think he's going to stay up in the lead for long, but this is the situation. This is the gamble you take. He didn't have much track position before. They went for it. I mean, you still want to see how this whole thing turns out for him.
Leland Honeyman gets the free pass. He's 26, so we'll have 26 drivers on the lead lap with under 40 to go, and there goes Clements.
He had a brake issue or something. You see the right front tires right there in the right front looked like it was on fire, like a brake line came off or something, and
he had a mechanical issue at Richmond late. Couldn't get back to his pit stall. That brought out a big caution. No surprise. They're going to come down, get their service. These pit stops are huge, Regan.
Well, Adam, the word from Jonathan Toney, Cole Custer's crew chief, was to tell him exactly what he needed to be a little bit better at the end. He said, just get me a little bit better on entries, just still a little free with the 00 car. And the 8 car, Josh Berry, has been ripping his way through the field. Very quick lap times. Said the car's good, just needs to be a little bit tighter. Josh?
Hunter Nemechek has been dominant all night long, been asking for a little more drive off, said it's been better after that last adjustment. They don't want to do too much to affect what he's got as far as the 11 of Daniel Hemrick. He just needs right side air pressure to help him with drive off.
Allgaier stayed out. Of course, he's on those older tires, didn't have any left. Race off pit road, 20 teams gotten it done tonight. Cole Custer comes out second. Daniel Hemrick and his 11 team hold serve in third. +3 for Josh Berry. That's what you want. Drive through the traffic, get a little help on pit road. The fun's about to happen at the paperclip. We'll go side by side as we anticipate the restart. Going to be just over 30 laps to go when we return to the green flag. Justin Allgaier stays out. So does Alex Labay, those that just pitted. will restart behind them. John Hunter Nemechek, the best of the bunch. It's the Xfinity Series on FS1 presented by Mahindra. And everyone chasing that grandfather clock. So where does it fit in when you talk about notable trophies in sports? Stanley Cup. How about those Red Wings, right?
Yeah, they've won a few, but not lately.
Lombardi Trophy got a special place in the National Football League. The Heisman. I'd like to see you guys do the Heisman.
Yeah,
pose.
that'd be something to see. Be like me trying to golf.
We just wrapped the Masters, and now here we are. From the Masters to Martinsville.
Well, you know, here's the thing about Martinsville. This clock means a lot. I can tell you, when I won my first Cup race here, 3 or 4 years ago, that was a huge deal for me personally. And I know anybody that wins here that takes on one of those clocks, that is a trophy you won't ever forget.
They should have given you 2 clocks. You led like 550 of 500 laps. You know,
it was a good day. It was a good day.
I remember that. Yeah.
Here's the choose.
This is a big choose. This is a late race restart. You got one with old tires, taking the bottom.
2 with old tires with Alex LeBay here.
Right. Okay. So
the whole front row will be on old tires. That is quite a recipe.
Let's fire up Justin Allgaier here. You're on older tires. It's going to be okay. Let's see if the crew's selling him here.
Just from start to finish on this set of tires, you only fell off a quarter of a second on your lap times. I'm just trying to pump you up, buddy. Give you all I can.
You got it, buddy. Clean air is king, right?
That's right. There's my boy.
I feel like Justin's been doing this long enough to know he's in big trouble. He's in big trouble. He's got tires lined up behind him with 34 to go. His back bumper is going to be beat off this thing if he's not. If it doesn't happen in turn 1, it's happening in turn 3.
Well, we're going to find out if his crew chief is just a really good poker player or if this Queen Air is going to be worth that much.
Big launch, not on the outside though.
Sammy Smith looking inside of Cole Custer. All 4 of our Dash for Cash drivers inside the top 10, 3 wide off of 2. Here comes Nemechek for the lead.
Double wide, 1 back.
And that's a spot Cole Custer cannot afford to lose.
You're 100% right, Jody. He's about to get boxed out here with the 7 car up there. He's going to try to turn under, maybe pull across for a 3 wide move. Not quite strong enough.
Here's a 3 wide move for you, though.
Sheldon Creed, Chandler Smith, Sam Mayer on board Riley Herbst.
Good tight. Still 2 wide here. You're 3 wide middle now. 3 wide middle. Be cool here. We'll be fine. 3 wide middle. 3 by 3.
Alex LeBay in the 91 on those older tires.
There's not much room right there in the middle.
Spotter Timmy Feedwood trying to keep him cool. Got to love a spotter that understands the situation a little bit.
They're behind him. You in the 10. Bottom full. Bottom full.
And he's just trying to, he sends him up the racetrack. You just get boxed in sometimes.
He had to do that.
And you got to do something unless you're going to follow him all the way to the back of the pack.
Hey, you don't like doing that, but sometimes you got to be mean.
Top 3 driving away from the pack, but they are tight. Nemechek, Sammy Smith, Cole Custer. 4th right now.
Big contact. Riley Herbst, Sam Mayer around to turn 1.
There it is. Caution number 9.
Huge hit for both drivers.
Riley Herbst, who started the year with 6 consecutive top 10 finishes, got turned around late.
Bring it around if you can.
At Richmond, same situation here at Martinsville. And big damage for Sam Mayer, who had never finished outside the top 6 in his 3 Martinsville starts.
Yeah, one of the chain reaction wrecks we talk about here. Sam Mayer looks like he might got a little contact in the left rear and kind of did a little combo shot in the 98.
You see a bunch of damage to the back end of Riley Herbst. Let's see what happens in here to turn 1. You see Sam Mayer on the inside of Riley. The 19. Yep.
Looks like Sam Mayer might have tried to gas it to get out of it, and it ripped in, and he hit the inside wall.
Still there.
Basically,
Still there.
Racing for 12.
You lost it. Correct.
Yeah, I mean, Riley did nothing wrong, right? Riley's up top there, and honestly, Sam Mayer, I don't think he did anything wrong. I think the 19 of Ryan Truex saw opportunity late in the race and could maybe stick his nose in there, and that one just ran out of real estate. They don't have much real estate left here in Martinsville.
And they used it all and then some. Fortunately, there's some wrecked race cars from it. Probably a few hurt feelings, too.
AMR safety team is there to take care of these drivers. After all that, Truex is 12th.
And that was a battle for the 12th position. Cautions breed cautions, and now we've got cautions. I think he's in 12th, though. I don't think he's in first.
This is where you see the difference in personalities, right? I mean, Sam Mayer does what he did, and Riley Herbst just climbs from the car calmly. Different approaches, both very successful young drivers, though.
I can promise you Riley's not happy either.
Oh, yeah.
No. He's on pit road. He doesn't have the opportunity to get out there and get visual on the 19 to see the #1 sign.
Mayer carried his helmet. I thought we might get a Tony Stewart there.
Well, they make you bring your helmet to the infield care center.
Yeah.
And your Hans device and other things to check all that stuff out, too.
We've got a great in-car camera here. This is Riley's view of what happened.
Still there.
See him checking the spot mirror a couple times.
Pushing him into you. Locked it. Correct. Hold the brake here.
And you see just disbelief afterwards, like, geez.
What's so frustrating? I mean, we're at lap 224. He's ran over 220 laps, and I'm sure he ran hard all race long, and now he's going to get a result in the 30s. And that's just a frustrating way to end your day after, a hard night's work.
Racing's not nice to you.
Nope.
It's what it is.
With 25 to go, let's get to our race recap. After a weekend off, another short track in the Xfinity Series. This is Martinsville. It doesn't matter what position you're racing for. It's full contact. Custer having a great night, and then they had the long pit stop. This was a long cleanup when Caden Honeycutt had his problem. John Hunter Nemechek gets out the broom, sweeping stage 1 and stage 2. And here in our final stage, had multiple cautions. And we're under the yellow for a 9th time after this. Truex, Mayer, Herbst.
This one, 2 big hits. And Sam Mayer put down a ton of fluid on the bottom of turn 2. That's going to affect all the restarts from here as well. So I think we got a lot more action left in this race. I know we might only have 23 laps to go, but woo.
Oh, well, anytime you have a late race restart in Martinsville, you can pretty much bet that it's not going to be the last one. I mean, it's just going to get more and more aggressive throughout the field.
If you're John Hunter Nemechek, the one thing you're probably not going to see here, lap traffic, right? I mean,
yes.
You're not going to get there with 20 to go. So that's the good news for him. Bad news is, as you guys have talked about, cautions breed cautions. So could be a bunch of restarts coming here. And you look at the Dash for Cash drivers. Nemechek in the catbird seat. We know that. Justin Allgaier 4th, but on those older tires, he's got his work cut out for him. Josh Berry's tire situation, interesting too. We'll get an update there in a second. Chandler Smith back there in 9th. He's got some ground to make up if he's going to win the $100,000. So, Regan, what is the story for Berry and the tires here?
Well, Adam, there was a ton of back and forth down here. Took the tire that came off of the right front down to Goodyear, then had to come back and get another rim from one of their older tires that they had run earlier in the race to put on with that tire. The long and the short of it is that is the 2-lap scuff set that they took off earlier that had a flat tire when the valve stem got knocked off. The report from Josh Berry when they put him on, just a little bit tight firing off that last run, but it was coming to him as those tires wore back in.
He's definitely a long-run car. We've seen that through both a couple of junior motorsports cars. It takes a few to get them rolling, and that's not necessarily what you want with 23 laps to go. You're going to have some short runs here, so we'll see. It sounds like we got some radio from the 19 after the wreck.
I didn't making fun of him, whatever that was worth.
What happened?
Nothing. Nothing. If you didn't see it, I'm not going to tell you.
Did he give me a
Salute? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Didn't even see it.
Well, Sam Mayer's not going to like that either when he goes back and rewatches it.
Yeah, if I'm going to be mad at you and do that, I at least want you to see it.
Yeah, at least know that, like, yeah, right?
Make a mental note. Truex is going to be in that car for the next 4 races. So and he's a part-timer, but he is going to be back consistently coming up.
So here's something I think is going to be interesting. We've seen John Hunter Nemechek lead a lot of laps tonight. Obviously a very fast car. He's had control. That's part of the reason why he's had such a fast car. But we've seen a big piece of it come from his launch in the restart.
Yes.
Stuff. He's been able to get out and out of harm's way every time, except the one time Cole Custer was on his outside. Cole was able to hang with him. Not that he was able to hang with him off of turn 2, but he was able to hang into him on side by side into turn 1. I don't know. I mean, I think with Sammy Smith, he's had a hard time hanging with him on the restart.
Yeah.
You know, this chooses a little bit of a different game right now. You know, when you think about, you know, if you're Sammy Smith, you can either take the outside on a late race restart, take the front row, not a bad place to be. You take third, and we said it earlier, the opportunity chair at that moment. You can, the opportunity to make a bump and run, or if John Hunter slides up and makes a mistake, you can stick your nose in there and have a chance at it. Either way is not a bad spot to be in, but it'll be an interesting decision to see what he's going to do here.
What's your mental checklist for John Hunter Nemechek, or if you're John Hunter Nemechek right now?
Well, I think to Joey's point, you're thinking AA, how do I get the best launch I can? Do I have my tires clean? You know, I've got everything ready, all my switches ready in the car. You've got all these different systems in the car with, you know, the brake fans and alternator switches, and make sure you've got all that stuff ready, and then take care of it. Be ready to go. You got to execute this restart to keep yourself out of harm's way, really, is what I think we're all trying to say here.
Absolutely.
Let's get a word with Sam Mayer. Josh?
Yeah, Sam Mayer checked and released from the care center. What did you see? What happened from your perspective there?
Just aggressive Martinsville racing, I suppose, but I can't say anything bad about JGR drivers, so I'll just keep it myself, Martinsville, moving on, ready to go.
Thanks, Sam. Glad you're okay.
That was nice of him. He could have said something bad. We're on cable tonight.
He could have if he wanted to. I don't know.
Well, you go back to last year, and we know how that ended. He was fighting on pit road with Ty Gibbs, and so maybe he just wants to let it lie and move on.
Well,
I don't believe that, but okay, we'll go with that AA.
Well, anyways, outside of the drama, now we got new drama in front of us. Cole Custer on the front row on the outside of John Hunter. Sammy Smith from the second spot took the inside of the second row. Here we go, 19 to go.
And there it is.
Again.
Huge launch for Nemechek.
That's one way to make sure no one's going to get to you.
And it opens the door for Sammy Smith to drive right through to second.
I don't know if Cole spun his tires, Joey, or if he is just that strong, John Hunter Nemechek. But wow, he was a rocket.
All guy are on older tires. Custer going to try and clear him here, and he does. Top 3 were nose to tail before we got that last caution, and here we are again. Nemechek, Smith, and Custer. Custer getting aggressive. Shot to the back bumper of Sammy Smith.
Well, we talked about patience. There's no more patience anymore. There's 16, almost 15 laps to go. It's all go right now, but man, Sammy Smith's looking good rolling through the center of the corner, staying in touch with John Hunter. And Cole Custer saying, man, these guys in front of me start racing a little bit. I'm going to be right in the middle of this mix.
15 laps to go. Hard to imagine we don't get another caution, because back behind this group, back part of the top 10, things are really getting racy.
Cole trying to set him up here.
We heard from Sam Mayer. Riley Herbst also released from the care center. Brett Moffitt, Truex. Teammates racing for fourth. Allgaier has it. Josh Berry trying to take it away. And the third member from Junior Motorsports is there, Brandon Jones. Cole Custer to second.
And Cole Custer got in there, gave him a little nudge, got him up the racetrack right by him.
He's consistently been a little faster than Sammy, but I don't know if he's got anything for the 20 car.
Yeah, they wasted a little time racing there. You see the 20 got out a little bit.
We had a nice numerology there with the 7, 8, 9, but the 7's got older tires still, and Josh Berry's going to get by him. Puts himself in the top 4 here with 12 laps to go.
He's going to get there from there.
If he could get a little break here. Now Brandon Jones going to make a move underneath Justin Allgaier. Those tires are really starting to show for Justin now.
Allgaier starting to fade. He's one of those drivers going for the $100,000 in the dash for cash. Right now, it's Nemechek's money to lose. But as you guys said, Berry gets a break. You never know if we get a restart late. 10 laps to go.
I'm impressed with how well Justin's held on here, Joey.
Yeah, he's making the strategy call really work. It could have gone really bad for him, but he is hanging as strong as he can. And with this little laps to go, 10 laps to go, he can hang in there to net a pretty big gain of where he was running.
Yep. And don't forget he has that stomach bug too. Old tires, stomach bug, fighting for a top 5 here.
Yeah, I've been watching Cole Custer's lap times. He's been a few hundredths quicker. He's not a whole bunch quicker than the leader, but he's a little bit quicker than he is.
Ooh, wheeling it up off of turn 4. Justin Allgaier, you saw him get really loose. With only 8 laps to go, use those tires up.
There's your graphic, Brad. Interval behind the leader for Cole Custer and what he's been able to do in recent laps.
Just right in that zone right there. Just can't quite break through to get closer, but
he beat him by a 1/10 that last lap.
Down to 0.4 of a second. Going to be 6 laps remaining this time around. 2 drivers that had never raced here in the Xfinity Series prior to tonight. John Hunter Nemechek, Cole Custer. They shared the front row at the beginning of the evening, and now they're racing for the top spot. 0.6 of a second, the lead for Nemechek.
Back 5 to go. 5-5.
There's wife Taylor, daughter Aspen. Second child on the way for John Hunter and his family. 5 to go. Had the gender reveal this week. It was pink. He's going to be outnumbered. John Hunter is at home.
I know the feeling. But a clock would look really good in his house. Good story to tell your kids.
It's looking pretty good right now. Cole's trying so hard. One lap he's faster, the next lap he's not. He's just trying to get everything he possibly can to try to string together a few laps to get there. I don't think he's going to get there without some help right now.
Are we going to break our streak? 4 of the last 7 races on short tracks ended with a last lap pass, including both of them here at Martinsville a season ago. 3 laps left at the paperclip. And there's the other side of the equation when you talk about family. Cole Custer group watching on, hoping for a yellow. Sammy Smith trying to get back to second place. 2 to go.
Yeah, these last few laps, Cole has really been sliding the car. He's used up everything it had left. That's brought Sammy Smith right to him, trying to sneak out of the top 2 here.
Go get that spot. No pressure out back.
Just want to see that white flag. And Nemechek going to get it this time by. 1 lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank. How dominant has John Hunter Nemechek been? Qualified second. Wins stage 1, wins stage 2, leads nearly 200 laps. John Hunter Nemechek going to get his second win of the year. He does it in his first start at Martinsville.
Contact for second place. Sammy Smith's going to get by Cole Custer and a wreck down the backstretch. Looks like Sheldon Creed.
Guys, I appreciate everything that you guys do. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Congratulations from his teammate, Sammy Smith. As you said, Brad, a runner-up tonight.
Yeah, Cole really fell off there the last few laps, and Sammy was able to get to him and give him a nudge for second place. Here they are going into turn 3 on the last lap.
It's a nose down in there. Ooh,
got in the curb a little bit.
Nice save by Cole Custer.
Yeah, he's that close of not even finishing the race after that many laps. But John Hunter Nemechek, I tell you, just a fantastic job, right? He had a fast car, but he controlled the race. They did the details the way they needed to. That's what helped them do that, right? There's other cars that could compete with the speed of the 20, but they executed the race on restarts, on pit road, and controlled it. And now he just set the whole thing on fire.
I'd get out.
I get out on that one. That's big fire.
I think that might be the white flaps.
Oh, no.
It's really cool looking, but maybe not the safest, but that's okay.
He reminds me of Zane Smith after the Craftsman Truck Series race at COTA.
I mean, the racetrack is on fire over there.
This is like Back to the Future.
It looks, it looks like there's a DeLorean over there.
Could we get the AMR safety team to victory lane?
Come on back.
He needs to get out. Excessive celebration.
I mean, it's cliche to say that John Hunter Nemechek was on fire tonight, but literally, John Hunter Nemechek on fire at Martinsville, wins the race, gets the grandfather clock, and oh yeah, he's also your victor in the dash for cash. Give him $100,000.
Well, you talked about him having a second child. That'll pay for some baby shoes.
There you go.
College fund is filling up.
I'd say the marks on the racetrack on fire looks really, really cool.
Josh is there. Josh, do you have your fire suit on? I mean, it's dangerous, my man.
That's right, guys. John Hunter Nemechek literally burning it down out here. John Hunter Nemechek, talk about dominant. First of all, talk to me about that burnout right there.
Yeah, I'm just grateful for Pi Barker Fire and Safety. Martinsville Speedway actually uses Pi Barker Fire and Safety fire extinguishers. So thank you to them for all the safety equipment, for that amazing burnout that caught on fire. But I can't say enough about this whole team. If you would have asked me yesterday if we would have won, I thought we were a 10th place car in practice. Didn't think we were very good. So just grateful that the guys made the right adjustments and gave me a Pi Barker Toyota GR Supra as fast as Xfinity 10G. So let's celebrate. I'm looking for my wife and Aspen. They're here, so we'll go celebrate with them. And Taylor, we got another grandfather clock to bring home.
And on top of that, dash for the cash winner as well. What does it mean to get that money on top of the win and the burnout?
Man, I forgot about that, to be honest. I was just so focused on winning the race. So just can't thank everyone enough. Bart, everyone at Pi Barker Fire and Safety, everyone at Joe Gibbs Racing, Coach, Coy. I wish he was here to celebrate with us, but Jack Irving, I hope you're still here from Toyota. Tyler Gibbs, everyone, David Wilson, everyone at Toyota that has believed in me and given me this opportunity. And second win of the year, let's go in dominating fashion.
Congratulations, John Hunter.